Call of Duty Black Ops 7 has been teasered. It was teasered at the Xbox Showcase. And in fact, it was a weird teaser in a way. It didn't actually display much about it being a Call of Duty game. Other than the fact, I think they mentioned David Mason, was it? And the guy kind of looked like Raul Menendez. And of course, it said Call of Duty at the end. Now, of course, a lot of people are in uproar and all over the place with this. It's not a surprise we're getting one about this time. Although, to be fair with you, I'm surprised it's this. We normally end up getting leaks and stuff like that, and more people talking about it. But I don't think I've seen that many people talk about it yet. So I'm not too sure why that's the case yet. But hey, however, a lot of people are all over the place with this. So it will have a co-op campaign, multiplayer with brand new maps, and I'm presuming it's probably going to have some remasters as well. I think this is a prequel to Black Ops 2, so a lot of the kill streaks as well are probably going to have references to Black Ops 2 as well. So that's cool. Probably going to have another Nuketown. I don't mind that stuff. And of course, co-op campaign, I can't remember. I think Black Ops 3 had a co-op campaign, but I do know one, Call of Duty World of War had a co-op campaign, and a lot of people actually liked that. So I'm surprised they're releasing a co-op campaign now. I don't know why they never did before, but hey, that's kind of cool. Both of you. I'm presuming it's 2 to 4 players, right? I'm guessing 2 players, probably max. And cutscenes will probably be a 1-player thing. Zombies, of course, more round-based zombies. That's what I like to see. I'm presuming it's going to follow on exactly with maybe the story. I don't really know much of the story. I kind of lost the storyline after Black Ops 4. I don't really know what's going on in them. I'm just sitting back and enjoying the maps. The storyline I kind of haven't been following for a while. But I presume it's going to follow on from what is from Black Ops 6. A few people are wanting remasters of zombies as well, like Transit and Farm and Town. It would be cool if we got that and maybe Nuketown zombies again. I think that would be a really nice addition to get stuff like that. Will we get more maps on launch? I'm not too sure. To be fair, Black Ops 2, we did get quite a fair amount, 4 maps, 5 including Nuketown, 5 maps. I mean, they were all from the same, they were all from Transit, but they had their own separate thing. You could play Farm on its own, you could play Bus Depot on its own, and then you could play Town on its own, which people liked to play them separately as well. So it says here, this is from Charlie Intel, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is scheduled for release on Xbox Series X, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and X, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and on PC via Xbox PC, Game Pass, and Steam. Also play on day one with Game Pass Ultimate. So yeah, I know a lot of people as well are in kind of uproar about it going on last gen. I hope this is the last one, and I think this should be the last one for last gen. I don't know. It just feels really grainy. Black Ops 6, even on next gen consoles, it feels tatty. And apparently, rumor that's the reason it's tatty, because it's kind of like they ported it over in a way from it. I don't understand why we're still on. Well, I do understand it. Clearly, people must be buying from it quite a fair bit for them to actually be like, okay, maybe we should release it on older gen consoles. Because again, they've supported it longer than they did the 360 when the Xbox One and the PS4 was out. They only supported that for 3 Call of Duty titles, 2 technically, because Black Ops 3 on the Xbox 360 and PS3 was pretty horrible. But then again, obviously, it had less RAM, the Xbox One and the Xbox 360 and the PS3, so maybe that's why. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen much gameplay of these on Black Ops, of the Xbox One and the PS4 on Black Ops 6, but I can assume it's really bad. It's not very playable at all, and it's stuttering, and the load times must be horrendous. I know the load times already with skill-based matchmaking are unbelievably stupid, but I can't imagine the wait times, especially to get into Warzone. Wow, that must be a very long time and annoying as well, and the frame drops must get really annoying. So yeah, it's unfortunate that they're still doing that, but hey. Now, the campaign as well, I'm guessing it's got Raul Menendez in it, Woods, maybe Adler might come back, maybe he may make another appearance. It's the Guild, which is, I think they're in Black Ops 6, they're some sort of thing in Black Ops 6. That'd be cool to see as well. I kind of want to see Adler. I kind of actually like Adler. Now, I know a lot of people are complaining as well what happened to the studio thing. I remember older Call of Duties had a separate studio, and it was almost like you were getting a different game every year, a different Call of Duty every single year. So one year you'd have Sledgehammer releasing a Call of Duty, which would be their own sort of take, and then next year you'd have Infinity Ward releasing their Call of Duty, and then the year after that, and you'd kind of expect what their Call of Duties had. Infinity Ward kind of did more Modern Warfare type games. You know, Sledgehammer kind of just messed around and just made their own sort of Call of Duty and twisted onto it, like Advanced Warfare and, you know, stuff like that. And they did actually make Modern Warfare 3 as well, which was pretty good. I'm talking about the 2011 one. Although the 2023 Modern Warfare 3 wasn't too bad, considering they were punished just to have that shit released so quickly, which was very annoying. And I think how they handled it and stuff like that, you know what, I gotta give Sledgehammer a pat on the back, because they did pretty good. They managed pretty well with that game. But, you know, having them cycle of Sledgehammer do 1 year, Infinity Ward do another year, then Treyarch do another year, it kind of gave them all a break. That means Sledgehammer has 2 years to actually put in some time, or a significant amount of time more to actually work on it. Then Infinity Ward has some time, then Treyarch has some time again. You know, they have more time to work on it and plan out their next plan of action, you know. And that's what made it fresh as well, because, well, yes, okay, a lot of the games, they were back-to-back jetpack. We had Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, and then we had Infinite Warfare. And while, yes, they all had the similar jetpack movement, they still felt kind of fresh. In a way, yes, the movement and everything was a little stale because it wasn't far from each other. But it still felt kind of fresh, though, because it all had the studios having a different take on it. And I think Sledgehammer messed something up after Call of Duty World War II, because they were supposed to develop Call of Duty Cold War, what would be in the place of Call of Duty Cold War, but there was some mess up or something, so they couldn't do it, and Treyarch had to take action and slip in. And I think that messed up everything as well. And then Sledgehammer, of course, came out with Vanguard, and, well, not many people liked Vanguard. I think that Vanguard was supposed to be what Cold War was supposed to be. But again, I just miss them studio. Now we've got back-to-back. I'm guessing Sledgehammer's going to do back-to-back. Is that how it's going to go in the future? I'm not too sure. You know, so we're going to have back-to-back like that. In a way, well, then again, Modern Warfare 3 was kind of co-developed by Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer, but I think Infinity Ward were actually overseeing it. So I do miss that. They all had their own take on Call of Duty, and it kind of freshened it up as well. It made it least stale, you know. Yeah, people hate Call of Duty Ghosts, but I actually praise it because it was fresh. It was something new. It didn't follow the Modern Warfare storyline or the Call of Duty Black Ops storyline. While I do like both of them storylines and I like both of them franchises, they're incredible. I'm not going to lie, they do get a bit stale if it's back-to-back and all that. You know, I just want something fresh, and Advanced Warfare and Call of Duty Ghosts, they were something fresh. They were different, yeah. People didn't really like them, to be honest with you. Call of Duty Ghosts was hated. not hated too much because of this and that. It was hated more because they tried something new with the class setups and that. They used skill tokens. But it was good playing different Call of Duties, so I really hope we can go back to that time cycle again instead of having back-to-back. Because I'm not going to lie, people are going to get stale of the Black Ops franchise after again. You know, I think we need to switch it up a little bit. Hopefully, if Sledgehammer are actually in development on the next Call of Duty, they try something else. People that were rumoured to apparently be making an Advanced Warfare 2. I'd love to see a Call of Duty Ghosts 2. I know a lot of people would probably hate that. I think they shouldn't mess with the class and the perks and stuff too much. I think they should keep them normal again, because they really kind of messed up that. Stonehenge remaster would definitely be cool, just to piss people off even more. But no, I think, that's how Call of Duty should go back to. Having each studio kind of makes their own Call of Duty and does their own sort of thing. It makes it fresh and it doesn't get stale. Because I'm not going to lie, these past 4 years, ever since Modern Warfare 2022, it's kind of gotten stale a little bit, Call of Duty. It has. At least Vanguard, it was kind of shit. It was a little bit fresh, it was. It wasn't the same old tat, you know? You can slam Sledgehammer as much as you want, but they tried something new. I think it was shit mostly because of what happened before. You know, whatever happened for the reason they had to, that Treyarch had to step in and release Cold War instead of what would have probably been Vanguard then, you know? That's probably what made it tarnished. I don't know. Apparently, Sledgehammer was going through problems with the devs and stuff like that. People were all over the place with their jobs and stuff like that. But I just wish Call of Duty would be like that, because that cycle was something different. Now, of course, the trailer, or the teaser, should I say, kind of still is a thing, trailer, went viral on YouTube pretty quickly. I think it amassed. I think it's on track to be one of the most viewed Call of Duty trailers or teasers ever. Their top, of course, being Infinite Warfare. And crazily enough, it's actually on track, and it's not far off going to beat the original Black Ops 2 official reveal trailer. Now, the like-to-dislike ratio on this isn't exactly something that surprises me at all. Now, of course, we can't exactly see it because YouTube decided to remove the dislike counter. However, there is this thing here that I can actually kind of have a look. I don't know how accurate this is. However, it is on track to having 119,037 likes and 65,164 dislikes, 35% of people, and 26,000 comments. Now, let's have a little check at the comments and see what people are actually thinking about this. So we've got a few comments on here. Someone commented, Black Ops 6 came out like a minute ago, bro. No matter what, there'll be a bunch of Ninja Turtles and Teletubbies running around the maps. Might as well include them in the trailer next time. It looks dark and gritty now, but 1 month after launch, everyone is going to be rocking unicorn, anime, and animal skin cosmetics. Activision is the new EA. Black Ops 8 coming out during Black Ops 7's beta. Can't wait for Black Ops 27 next week. COD is honestly the Fast and Furious of gaming world. They forgot the point a long time ago. I think that's a great example. They're just releasing anything for the sake of it to try and just keep the franchise there. Fast and Furious lost the meaning of itself again very, very long time ago. Very beloved franchise, but it's turned more into sort of a James Bond type of thing, and that's kind of where Call of Duty's going. You know, they're kind of just going down the rabbit hole of bullshit. It seems like we've gone from sort of military type shit to let's just add anything to this game. And I get it, people like that, fair enough. But at least give it like a month or two before actually you start adding that shit in. I think it didn't even last long before they started adding a unicorn that pissed out rainbows. You didn't even give it a month. before you added that sort of shit. This used to be a war game, not Teletubbies and Mutant. You know, when you argue that to people, they just say, well, this is not a I don't want it to be a military simulator. I've never wanted Call of Duty to be a military simulator. I understand it's not a military simulator. However, I just want something fucking a little bit cooler. I don't want to see, when I see a Teletubbies with a big-ass fucking head running across the battlefield, it just kind of makes me go, what the fuck is this? And I get it. There'll be a lot of money for Call of Duty. They'll be earning shit tons of money from this. You know? I can imagine if Battlefield started doing shit like that. I mean, well, they kind of did, but if they started adding Teletubbies and shit, the community would be in fucking uproar. I mean, they were already in uproar with Battlefield 2042, and they had shitty cosmetic things. But at least kind of some of the cosmetic things was still decent than some shitty stuff that Call of Duty's been coming up with. And I get it. People have preferences, but I really wish, if you're going to add stuff like that, why don't you add military uniforms and stuff? You know, more actual military uniforms and standard things. That's one thing. You can say what you say about Modern Warfare 2019, but they actually did pretty good with the actual base operators. You know, we had military camos, we had police, stuff like that. If you look through all them camos, they're actually incredible, the skins on there. I get it. It's an argument that I think has points proven on both sides. But I do wish we kind of could turn down the cash cow a little bit. Or give it at least a month or so before you actually start doing that shit. The store was open. First season that shit was open, coming in. And funny enough, the store doesn't ever go down when the game goes down. Wow, what a surprise. What a big shocker there. And it clearly looks like a lot of these, just imagine how bad the bundles are going to be for this one. That has 13,000 likes. You know, it's like the average bundle in the store, and they have a black sale as well. The average bundle is like $20. That shit, like, it's just, in my opinion, when you years ago, when you played a Call, I know comparing older Call of Duties to newer Call of Duties is kind of shitty thing to do, but I just wish we could have Call of Duty back and not just something that's just there to generate some money. And again, like that perfect guy set that perfect example about Fast and Furious. Yes, Call of Duty is basically turning into Fast and Furious. It's just doing anything to generate any money from the name. And it's working, unfortunately. And Warzone is in a big shit show as well. Cheating is all-time high. People are cheating. The anti-cheat, yes, they may say, oh, well, we're banning loads of people. Shit, you ain't banning enough people, are you? You know? I remember it was a big-ass problem when Warzone 1 launched all the way back in lockdown 2020. I think March it launched. I remember that shit. The cheating epidemic almost happened immediately. YouTubers were complaining about cheating. They banned a shit ton of cheaters, but the damage was done. It took them quite a long time to ban them as well. In fact, it was only a matter of time before cheating was a thing, you know. And apparently they hardware banned a lot of people as well, which is fair enough. But still, the damage was done, and a lot more people are still cheating. And of course, I don't know if they're ever going to end up... I mean, I'm not saying you're going to get cheaters slipping, and I don't think they can go 100% clean, but holy shit, there's a lot of fucking cheaters. And I get it, free-to-play doesn't really help the whole case of people doing that. But then again, Black Ops 6, when the people were leaking gameplay, there was cheaters in Black Ops 6 beta. In the fucking beta, there was cheaters. So I need to understand what the fuck this Ricochet anti-cheat is supposed to do. Because it clearly ain't oh, we're banning people. Yeah, you are banning people. But somehow there are people slipping into the fucking even game as well. And it's annoying as shit. You know? But hey, we'll keep selling them bundles. Because you gotta buy them. You know? Quantity over quality. A Black Ops 9 official reveal if you pre-order the Ultimate Edition of 8 during 7's Black Cell installation. Oh god. The bills can't be that high, Activision. I sure hope they blast me with 3 different ads and take me directly to the store the moment I open the game. Yeah, that's kind of another thing as well. As soon as you open the game, it's just ad after ad. It literally advertising. Oh, would you like to buy Black Cell? Why would I pay, what is it, like $20 extra for a fucking premium battle pass? I don't care. In fact, I don't really buy the battle passes anyway. I mean, you can get them free anyway if you complete them. A significant amount of it, because you get like, what, 1,100 COD points for free. So you can technically, if you grind the shit out of it, then yes, you could actually get the whole battle pass for free and claim all the stuff you actually got. But again, this shit is I mean, just looking at the comments in the video, and the teaser video, it's true. People aren't fucking liking this shit. You know, can't wait to download 600 gigabytes for 2 new maps, 3 weapons, and a 40-minute campaign. Again, that was one of the biggest pet peeves about Modern Warfare. Like, the campaign, I mean, I didn't mind Black Ops 6's campaign, although I still do think it was kind of filled up. Half the campaign was that mission where you were in that sort of disease control place, and you had to. I mean, that was pretty cool. Kind of fucking scary as well. Black Ops 6's corpse ain't even cold yet. What you're seeing is advanced warfare. Can't wait to see my teammates running around as Teletubbies. The two 20,000 reporters hackers are gonna have so much fun. It's like the community clearly just hates the current state of Call of Duty, and so do I. And I can't wait for the zombies to be revealed as well, because it's gonna be the same fucking shit. Armor plates. Why do we need armor plates in zombies? I don't fucking know. They're pointless in my opinion. Oh, but we have fucking Juggernaut. Doesn't that make kind of Juggernaut a little bit weaker? Because what the point is that's what Juggernaut's job's to do. It's to stop you being tapped like hell. I'm kind of getting bored of having to replate armors every time a zombie fucking hits me, and that shit, bearing in mind, it doesn't last very long, the armor plates. It doesn't last very long at all. And they had that shit in Modern Warfare 3 zombies, and we all know the community fucking hated that. Hated that. It was just a Warzone map slapped in. I didn't really enjoy it. It was just an open world zombies experience. People were asking for round base. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Black Ops 6's zombies ain't too bad. I think that's the only real pet peeve I actually have against it ultimately. And the starting pistol. Yes, I would actually love a starting pistol, because I think it makes the box more useful when you have a starting pistol. When you start with basically nothing, you can build up better. The fact that people, and I get it. I don't really use a starting pistol in games. I don't use a pistol. Sometimes I might. I am a hypocrite for saying this, of course, yes. But I do think if they did the old way and had starting pistols, in a way I think it would make wall weapons a lot more better, because people would actually have a reason to have wall weapons and buy wall weapons. And the box, I feel like, would actually be worth it as well, because people would actually buy the box more. I don't really see many people buying the box, and to be honest, every time I've used the box, I just feel like it's useless now, because, well, you can get yourself a shotgun and survive quite a high round with a shotgun if you just keep package punching it. So I wonder what the future of zombies is really going to hold. Are we going to see some remasters of some maps, Transit remaster or something like that? Who knows? But yeah, I know the zombies community I know they had a bit of a fallout when Black Ops 6 came out, Black Ops 6 Zombies. People just didn't really enjoy it all that much, which is fair enough. But yeah, it caused a lot of ruckus in that. But yeah, looking at the comments, man, it's definite right here. We're going to take a break from making COD games. Management, all right, break's over, get back to work. It's like, was it Modern Warfare 2, 2022? In that cycle, that's the reason why Modern Warfare 3 was so shit. Modern nothing to do with the developers such. It was just the fact that Activision decided to go, okay, let's not do this. So they were going to do a 2-year cycle type of thing, which is where they'd release one Call of Duty, and then they would have another Call of Duty in it, to like a refresher Call of Duty that would be like a DLC type of thing. And they scrapped that pretty quickly. In fact, they scrapped it all, like, I think a month after Modern Warfare 2's release. They scrapped that. They said, no, we're not going to do that. We obviously know why they're not going to do that, because they can't make as much money from that. You know, that's the reason, I think, that's the reason why they're just pumping these shits out every year. You know, they're pumping them out because that's how they're doing it now. And again, a lot of people don't like this shit. The amount of times they're fucking criticised for it makes me laugh. And it will continue to make me laugh. The community is in uproars about this, and the community doesn't even like it. And you can see by just looking at these comments that the community doesn't like it. You know? And these are comments with quite a considerable amount of likes as well, like 10,000 likes. And one of them has like 50,000 likes. You know, stuff like that. So a lot of people agree with their opinion. At this point, COD is like the $90 yearly subscription service. Black Ops 6 died. Quick, bring Black Ops... Exactly, I don't think Black Ops 6 has actually been doing great number-wise on that sense. Like, it's dying out. A lot of people are just getting bored with it, and they're just moving on to different things. Whether that's because skill-based matchmaking has dried out everything known to mankind. You know, people are just getting bored with Call of Duty. They need something fresher. In fact, I'd actually take a back-to-back futuristic I'd take 3 years of futuristic and jetpacks over the current state of Call of Duty we've got now. It's just there to bring as much cash in as fucking possible, and it clearly fucking works, because they wouldn't be doing this shit all the time. But again, I get it. People have different opinions, and a lot of people will probably disagree with what I'm saying, and that's fair enough. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, that's entirely normal thing, you know. But I do think this is kind of the problem with Call of Duty. There's that one meme where the guy opens the fridge and leaves disappointed. I remember when we used to get excited for teaser trailers. Yes, that's exactly what happened. People used to get excited for these type of trailers, but they don't anymore. Why? Because they're shit. You know, I think Call of Duty needs to go back to their original cycle, where each studio made their own story, made what made Call of Duty good. Each studio creates their own storylines and just makes them brilliant. Not following this double back-to-back thing, so we have Sledgehammer do 2 games, Treyarch do 2 games, and then we have Infinite Ward do 2 games. It's just putting more stress on the developers, and the quality is fucking shit. It is absolute. And then they come up with this like, oh, we've had 3,000 developers making this shit. 3,000 developers? I mean, you said that about Modern Warfare 2 and the state of that game. You know, I think a lot of people fucking hate that game. The campaign for that was actually pretty good, Modern Warfare 2. I'll give you that. That was actually a pretty fun campaign. They added a new character in it as well. You know, that wasn't too bad. The multiplayer aspect of it, though, was pretty meh type of thing. The DMZ was actually pretty fun as well, you know. I'll give that. DMZ was actually fun. I enjoyed DMZ. But I'm not going to lie, it's understandable why a lot of people just didn't enjoy it. And I get it. Everyone each to their own if they like it or not. But I do think Call of Duty's in a state where it's just only being pumped out because they're trying to keep the relevancy up and they're just trying to make that paycheck every single year. Other than that, I don't think they could give a shit about Call of Duty anymore, and it shows that with the quality. You know, we're getting quantity over quality here, not quality over quantity. You know, and that's what the older Call of Duty. Yes, it was a yearly release back then, but every studio played their purpose, and they made their separate Call of Duty which gave other studios time to actually work on something. It gave them breathing room. Now they don't really have breathing room because Treyarch is back to back with Call of Duties. It's not how you make something good. Sorry, but that's just the future of Call of Duty. Shit like this. We don't need this. Bring back Call of Duty that people actually like. Not just some shitty thing that you're trying to push out quickly to sell some skins. We get it. You're after money. You've been after money for fucking years with Call of Duty, to be honest with you. Ever since what was the first... Advanced Warfare was the first time I think supply drops ended up being dropped into a Call of Duty game. And to be honest with you, ever since then, I think kind of Call of Duty's downfall with the cash cow sort of stuff. Oh, let's make this type of money, let's make this. And I understand you've got to make money. I understand you have. It's a business after all, but holy shit. It gets really repetitive and in your face. As soon as you're opening Call of Duty, they're advertising bundles to you. Buy this, buy that, buy this. Hey, guess what? Buy this Black Cell. No, I don't want to buy that shit. The reason I don't have many and I have default skins on here, just like in Fortnite, is because I don't give a shit about buying skins. It doesn't add anything to the game. Yeah, it makes you look sweatier and try harder. That's about it. It doesn't actually add absolutely anything. And I think people rocking skins know that as well. But they just want to show off that the fact they spent $20 on a skin and they're, oh, I'm richer than you because I spent this. No, you wasted your money, you clown. But yes, hopefully this Call of Duty, will this be good again this year? Probably not. I can almost imagine. But by how people have actually reacted to that teaser is everything I need to know with how this game's going to look like or act like. Holy shit, I'm excited for new zombies and I'm excited for the campaign. But please bring old Call of Duty back. I get it, this and that. Have each studio do their thing. And I think that would be the perfect thing to do. And not just tarnish it like this. The campaign, you know what? The campaigns have been a staple for Call of Duty for a very, very, very long time. I know when Black Ops 4 didn't have a campaign, a lot of people were quite pissed off with that. And so was I. I get it, it's not the end of the world that a Call of Duty didn't have a campaign. But that's kind of a lot of people before they even touch the multiplayer or anything. They jump straight into the campaign. Because it's kind of an introduction to that sort of thing. It's probably one of the most anticipated things about a Call of Duty when it comes out. It's that experience you have. But of course, when you don't have one, it kind of feels really shitty. And to be honest with you, I feel like some of the new Call of Duty campaigns have been pretty shit. Vanguard, that was an okay campaign, but I don't know, man. I just hope Call of Duty finds its footing again and doesn't fall down the rabbit hole of just trash. Because that seems where they're going and they're heading. And again, the cheating problem is only getting worse, and they're banning 20,000 people, but somehow these 20,000 people must be duplicating every second because there's more. Every time a cheater gets banned, there's two in their place. They just mutate like hell. So hopefully the future of Call of Duty stays strong and we don't have this bullshit to put up with again. Because holy shit, it's bullshit. And it's annoying as fuck.